Ocho, it is a delight, man. Look who we got. Bad Boys 4 guys.
Legends.
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, legends of the game. Guys, let me ask you a question. There's been a 30-year between the first Bad Boys and how Ride or Die, which is going to be the final one. How has and what does the franchise do to evolve? What's the biggest difference, Will, you first and then Martin, between the first Bad Boys and Bad Boy 4, Ride or Die?
I guess the biggest difference is we ain't no shit when we just
Rookie.
Man, listen, we ain't know nothing on that first movie, man. We were out there, we were both coming off of our TV shows, right? And Michael Bay hadn't directed a movie. It was his first movie. And, you know, me and Martin were coming out, like we were literally making this stuff up every day, you know? So it was like, I would say the big thing that between the first one and this one was like the precision of what we were doing when we stepped out there. Like we knew what we wanted and we knew how to get it.
Let me ask you this. Ocho and I, we're a very successful duo, but we're very, very different. Mm-hmm. What are some of the similarities that you two guys share, and what's the biggest differences that you guys have?
I think the biggest difference is, I get, you know, Marty Ma is really calm. He
is.
Yeah, Marty Ma is.
He is.
You know, and he just, you know, he's trying to keep it easy. And like, I'm the friend that makes sure we get in trouble.
We're hyper. He has a lot of energy, you know, but sfun energy, you know.
Right.
Good energy.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of respect with us.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of love and respect.
And I guess one of the things I learned from the first movie to this movie is Marty Ma's not a morning person, right? No. That you gotta be careful, because I start at 8 a.m. Marty Ma! Come on.
Listen, there have been very, 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 very many great buddy cop duos. Obviously, Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, Eddie Murphy, Nick Nolte, Mel Gibson, Danny Glover. Why are Will and Martin, in my eyes, the best buddy cop duo in the game?
Wow. Hey, all right.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Why?
I think the range of what we can do, right? Like to be able to go from really broad comedy, really heavy drama is part of the things, like the spectrum that we can cover.
And our really chemistry.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like I grew up with them.
Yeah.
And when you talk about spectrums and we talk about range, I think Unc and I have unbelievable range. Obviously, being able to play football, being able to have a successful podcast. So let's say you guys were unavailable, and this can happen at any point. So just keep this in mind. I'm trying to lay a seed and hope it grows later on in life. Yeah. So let's say you guys are unavailable, and they ask me and Unc to play Mike and Marcus in a new Bad Boys movie. Who would play Mike and who would play Marcus? Oh. Remember, I'm the one that's on time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting, man.
Because if Shannon played me, I would have muscles.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, you just have to have somebody putting almond butter on your arms all the time.
So they can shine a little bit, whatever. Ocho could play you.
Yeah. It seems like personality-wise, he got some Mike Lowry. Yeah, Mike Lowry happening with him.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
What was your guys' favorite scene to shoot in this movie?
Oh man,
dude. Yeah,
I could tell you, but I will be giving it.
I know you're all right. Yeah. Yeah. When the audience sees, they'll know. They'll know.
Actually, it's a couple of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had so much fun coming into this one, right? We were watching the first movie together, getting prepared for this one. So we went back to just take a look. And one of the things that I realized is I'm looking at us, and we were both, we ain't have one muscle between us. In the first movie, there was not one good muscle between us.
I had the nerve to have a vest.
The tank top.
My mother thought I had muscle.
But in the previews that I've seen, it seems like the persona between you two guys have flipped. it seems like Marcus, you're a little bit more on the edge, and Mike, you're a little bit more subdued. How did that happen?
Yeah. So that's part of the conceit of the film that Mike Lowry, in the last movie, Mike Lowry got shot, and he realized that he had a son and all right. So it kind of changed his life. And in this one, Marcus Burnett has an experience at the beginning of the film that we'll say makes him feel free.
Makes me feel free. Feel free and alive.
So that like we were playing. So the first movie was a character flip. So with this one, we were like, okay, what would happen if it flipped again? So that's part of the conceit and the fun and the comedy of this one.
I like it. Hey, one of the things that I really enjoy about this show, obviously, it's called Nightcap for a reason, and we can swear on this show. Obviously, I consider using derogatory language or swearing. I call it sentence enhancers. So if you would describe the action sequences, and you guys, it's okay to curse now. What word would you use to describe the action sequences in this movie?
We can
curse. Motherfucking dope.
I like it. I like it.
I like it. That motherfucking dope. They the fucking shit.
But you know what? Hey, between me and you, Mark, that's 2 words, but we get the picture.
Yeah. Hey, what do you guys remember about the very first day on set with each other back in the mid-90s? Like I told you earlier, what's the funny thing you don't know, when you were filming in the mid-90s, in 95 to be exact, I was a junior at Miami Beach Senior High School, in which I skipped many classes when I found out where you guys happened to be filming. I got in trouble. I had CSI, but it was well worth it. Obviously, once I saw everything come to play and come into fruition, as far as watching you guys film. You both were starring in hit sitcoms at the time. Obviously, Martin, you were in Martin, and Will, you had the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air going on. Looking back now, which one was better?
Oh
no, yeah. I'm sorry to add that pressure.
Oh man,
it wasn't even a competition.
Yeah,
it wasn't a competition.
Right.
My was hands down funnier than me. Like I used to study this dude and pure jealousy at the level of comedic genius that that he could portray. And I'm an actor that needs a script. I work from a script. I can be
right.
But Martin, you can just roll and say go.
And he gone.
I always admired go on camera and like just let it rip and make it up and different takes and all of that, and just how he used his body, and he'll look and notice something in the room and grab it and use it in the next, like just it's a level of comedic genius that is just stunning to me.
Well, thank you for that.
Guys, obviously doing this movie Bad Boy 4, there's almost 25, almost 30 years in between the first and the last. So obviously you're almost 30 years older. Is there anything that you had to do different as far as diet wise, as far as training wise? Because Ocho and I, we go back and forth. He wants to eat McDonald's. I try to eat a little more healthier. Is there anything that you guys had to do from a nutritional standpoint and a training standpoint in order to film Bad Boys 4?
I did. I had to get weight off of me and everything. Will's usually always in shape. I don't think he has to do much to get in shape for a role or whatever.
Will's knees didn't show up a couple days. Will's knees stayed like in the ice bath. Like, it was a couple days. I was like, oh no.
But we did have to get ready for this film, eating right, exercise, but everything, because we had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, it's hard. We had to schedule the action sequences differently. We were younger. We had to space them things out 10 days or 2 weeks. Yeah, recovery time is real.
Outside of the Bad Boy franchise, what action movies have inspired both of you guys?
For me, it has to be Eddie Murphy movie. I would say the best debut somebody could have, comedic or just an actor or whatever, is like Eddie Murphy had in 48 hours.
48 hours. Yeah.
Ooh, classic.
It gets no better than that.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. And for me, it's like with like 48 hours and Die Hard. Right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like there's a subtle thing that you don't even notice why you like some movies better than others. And when it's action movies, it's when the action is secondary or even tertiary to what's going on with the plot.
Characters.
You get a character, and you love being with characters above everything every car they'll crash, every explosion. There's nothing above being with the characters. So that's what we tried to do with this movie. And I want you guys to just mark that I said tertiary. I just want
Tertiary, yeah. I'm gonna have Ocho to try to spell that tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Ocho, we got to get him out of here on this. We know you
Okay.
guys are very busy. We really appreciate you taking time to sit down with Ocho and I on Nightcap. I'm sure our audience is going to go out there and check this movie out.
Oh yeah,
Will
most
Smith,
definitely.
Martin Lawrence, Bad Boy 4, Ride or Die. Thank you guys. I appreciate it and much success.
Appreciate
God bless, man.
God
Wait,
bless
you, man.
You ain't even Unc, you ain't even pissed at being Bad Boys 5. What you doing?
Hey, I'm going to be in Bad Boy 10,
All
the
right.
wheelchair edition.
Hey, Will, Mark, man, I love y'all, man.
All love, man.
Appreciate it, fellas. Man, I really appreciate them taking time to sit down with us. Thank you for setting this up. Man, this was unbelievable to see those guys. Obviously, watching Martin and the Martin Lawrence his show, to see Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and everything that he's done in between. I don't know if people remember this, but Ocho, Will Smith was the first rapper to win a Grammy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was the first. And
Yeah.
so it was great. Thank you guys. I really appreciate your time, because we understand that you're on a media tour, and for you to take time out of your schedule and to sit down with Nightcap, Ocho, and I, that means a lot to us. And thank you for everybody that played a role in this, in setting this up. I greatly appreciate that.
Oh, that thing was live, man.
Man, that was unbelievable. Bad Boys, Ride or Die is exclusively in movie theaters Thursday, June 6th. Tickets are on sale, rated R. Don't miss it.